Do you feel like the current state of men are able to express how they truly feel? Or do you think the current state of men is look to just be strong, don't show emotion, handle your business?
I relate to that because I think in a lot of ways, that's my way of coping with it, so that's going to end up healing me. But in reality, I'm doing the opposite. I'm not going through the motions of what I'm supposed to feel. I'm bottling it up, letting that shit go, or sometimes letting it consume me as well.
It definitely makes me want to hear track number 4, bro.
For sure.
Fraud was fire, but what's track number 4?
We got No More.
And I heard the transition, like, just for a quick second, because we're bumping on Apple Music, so it goes, like, right to it.
Sounded like a Kodak, right?
Dog, like, it's, yeah. Oh, it was
Kodak.
Or like a play, but.
Oh, yeah.
He's bad.
I don't wanna cry no more. Tired of hanging on, don't wanna try no more. Too much weight up on my back. Family fell apart even though I got rich. Tryna fight back, that ain't raised no bitch. Gave this shit my life and they tryna take it back. You and night where y'all can have. I don't even want this shit no more.
Look at you. And I feel like I might snap. I'm gonna say that shit. Transitions, bro. That's a nice fucking beat, man. What the fuck?
So these are all still YouTube type producers, right?
It sounds like it. You know what this song did for me?
What?
I questioned my perception of Russ. You know what I'm used to with Russ? When you watch him on interviews, isn't he mostly like talking his shit? He's talking his shit.
Hell yeah.
Dude, he's talking his shit. He sounds confident. He sounds like he knows who he is, right?
Yeah, facts.
On these songs, I've never heard him talk about crying.
He was saying like how he used to go into most of those drunk.
Yeah.
Because he said that he had that feeling of like what I forgot the word he used exactly, anxiety or worry. He was nervous. Yeah, and he would dull it
by drinking. Drink Champs, he was talking his shit.
Yeah, he'd go in there, he'll smoke it too. I remember when I seen him drink that much and he boofed, I said he's different.
Yeah. Cause he looked like poised.
Yeah.
He's like, bowling. This is me in my fucking element right here. I'm talking my shit. He used to be like, you motherfuckers don't even produce your shit. I produce.
You're trash.
You're garbage. I own everything. I'm richer than everybody. Like, come to find out, like, he's actually real insecure.
Damn.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, like.
And he also talked about things that I didn't know he contemplated walking away from rap.
Yeah, or killing yourself.
That it's kind of, yeah, killing yourself too. I just think really deep topics, you know. It sounds like therapy sessions though. Because he was saying like when he was making this project, he'd have like a therapy session like on the internet with his therapist.
And they have the mic right there.
And the mic was right next to him. And he'd get these exercises and then, you know, like, so that's why you're getting such deep conversations from him. Yeah. Like that's crazy. It humanizes them, but to also see like a guy who seems like he loves rap and like he loves talking his shit, him thinking like it's too much. Yeah. Like I can't hang on.
In a lot of ways, though, don't you think his mindset, like, of being, like, so self-confident also got him where he's at?
Yeah, I mean, I think that you would, well, on the path he chose, yeah. He goes at labels, major labels. That's not a normal approach.
They will never say that.
You're saying, like, yeah, no, you needed that. Even that Drake needed a cosign from Wayne.
Wayne, exactly. Yeah, he doesn't have a cosign either, it's true.
I think it's, like, transitioning up to the next one.
I thought so, too. I always like an album, like, that kind of carries you. Like,
yeah.
Whatever mood it's coming with.
Yeah, because the album is an entire piece, and these songs are just little pieces that connect it all together.
Exactly.
So, like, I think it was a great record.
Yeah, it sounds like it's leading up into the next track.
What was track number 5? Empty?
Yeah, track number 5 is Empty. So it sounds like he's kind of, like, mellowing us out, excavating all that shit.
What's crazy is, like, none of these sound like a sad song yet.
No, right?
Even Fraud, because his verses were uplifted. I mean, like, he was talking deep, but, like, his tone.
Been empty every day now. I don't know what the fuck is happening. I'm running fast, but I feel way down. Nowhere I go, escape the sadness. Since now I'm feeling angry, trying to find out what's missing. There's a hole in me, I'm trying to fill it with accomplishments and women, but that don't make a difference. No, I feel way down.
That's a great hook. I like that.
I go escape the sadness. I'm feeling empty every day now. I don't know what the fuck.
Oh, I thought he got my ass.
Dude, his transitions. Ooh, shit.
That's that shit you play on a ranch in Mexico.
That is.
That boy. Oh my god.
His transitions, dude.
Wow.
He's well connected.
It's crazy because like these are deep and sad subject, like empty.
Yeah.
I'm feeling empty, but like it doesn't sound sad. Like it's
No.
crazy how he's like still creating like this uplifting type music on these dark topics.
Yeah.
Even from his external appearance, bro, you wouldn't think he would felt empty.
No, bro, hell
I feel
no.
like empty every day now, and each verse is cultivated around why he feels empty. What you think about verse 1?
It's catchy. I like the hook
Yeah, it was.
for the catchiness of it. And like you said,
I'm running fast, but I feel weighed down.
way down. Nowhere I go escapes the sadness. Like, his sad is such a contrast from Mac's sad. Like swimming is
Or
like,
my sad.
yeah, like it's right. Mine too.
So who do you think is telling him he's not good enough?
Oh, that's a great question. I was wondering. I almost thought he was talking about a relationship, but maybe he's just talking about the relationship with himself.
Do you think it's from like all the criticism he receives on media?
That's true.
You know? And then he's like, now I'm feeling angry, trying to find what's missing. There's a hole in me. I'm trying to fill it.
With accomplishments and women, that don't make a difference. I think this song is kind of like what I said for No More. It sounds like he's still mellowing us out. Because I remember in the interview he said, the next song, I Love You Boy,
He was hyping it, right?
Yeah, he was like, that was probably the most hard song to do because it was talking about a lot. So I think these two songs kind of just ease you into that.
Which one did you prefer? No More, Empty. Which, like, if you had to pick?
I think the choruses for them both definitely, like, it makes me want to repeat them. You know, I'll fucking say a lyric all day.
I like the beat on Empty. And then definitely the transition to I Love You Boy.
Yeah.
But I feel like he's been doing that. Those little segments at the end where it switches and you hear it.
Also, these two songs sound completely different from Smooth.
But I think you were right in terms of ego.
Yeah.
And then also the perception of like everything is going smooth.
Right.
And then all these records are saying why it's not okay. Maybe Smooth was setting the outside world's view on how he is. Like, oh, I'm good, I'm smooth. And then you get Fraud right after.
Yeah.
And you're like, you're not that smooth.
Yeah,
and then he has No More and Empty. So how is he really smooth? And I mean, look at the titles, Empty. Like, empty, you don't feel nothing?
Yeah. Now imagine what these artists fucking, bro, like they have millions over millions of people like judging them. You know, like imagine seeing that every day.
That's why I say that's where I think it's like him not feeling like he's good enough.
Yeah.
It's coming from.
From the haters, yeah. Because eventually, like, some of those comments are going to leak into your subconscious. And then, you know, you're just going to start thinking of it. Nowhere I go escapes the sadness.
That's crazy, right? He's go anywhere. He's rich. That shows you money don't buy everything.
Fuck no. I wonder, like what the timeline, like how long is he thinking about all of these things? Was it within this year of making the album that he's being this reflective?
Well, he started Santiago in 2021.
I'll say, so that's what?
2 years ago.
2 years.
And he said he wasn't going to do this project. And then he scrapped the original verses and re-added to it.
It was like an EP or some shit, right? Or a single or a song?
I just think he had it sounding differently. Like, the name is Santiago and talk about looking inward, and then to have, like, content that isn't talking about inward. But he ended up scrapping. That's hard to do, though. Like, the complexity of having, like, I've only done it for, like, 2 songs. My song creation ability isn't on Russ's.
Yeah.
But, like, you figure he had verses, removed verses, and added new verses.
Yeah.
But, like, it's so hard to do because you fall in love with one verse you write.
Yeah.
You're like, this is the one that fits. And you hear a beat one way, and then you go erase everything out of it and put a different song or a different sound or a different, you know, the verses change, and you're like, wow, like to rehear a beat a different way while already having a sound on it is crazy. And saying like, this will sound better. Like, that's hard to do. It's like basically he put 26 songs instead of 13, you know, did it twice.
Yeah, and be able to like it enough to put it on the album.
What if he was just talking like, fuck it, shake your ass on me. I took that bitch down, another casualty. You just get bagged and shit, you know?
Yeah.
But like, this is a self-reflective project.
Do you feel like you know about his addictions?
Russ's?
Yeah.
I didn't even know he was alcoholic.
Me
Well,
either.
not alcoholic, but you know, like to drink.
Yeah, and the women thing.
I mean, I could have guessed that.
Yeah.
I Love You Boy, maybe to his inner child?
Yeah, sounds like it. Do you
Damn.
think your inner child is a place where a lot of the healing is?
And a lot of the problems you have too. I think it all stems from there, right? Although this is like a newer concept, I never really thought too much about until like last year, maybe. You know, I spent my whole life not thinking the inner child. Like, what's that mean? You know, that's crazy, right? Like you have like a version of you that's still inside of you, that's old or young. Kind of. Depends how you view it.
When AI comes and these bots come, we're the furthest away from that.
Would
right?
you swap skins?
Swap skins?
Like, so there's this thing that you're going to be able to do where you could trade your collective consciousness into another body, but it's called swapping skins.
Nah.
What if you could live forever, though?
I don't think I want to.
You want to die with there's nothing.
Then there's nothing.
Then you wish you would have lived forever.
No. But if it... No, I don't think so.
So you think it's better to not exist at all than to at least exist?
I'm not saying that. That's the deepest fucking way. Nah. I want to exist. I want to exist for a good amount of time and see if there is something else.
But what is time? It's not relative, right? 100 years to us is long, but to the life it's small.
Yeah.
Like to the planet's life.
Yeah.
What
I don't know what my timeline is.
Continually get younger, and you don't have to lose nobody. Because that means your family could too. Then you just get to enjoy life forever.
But do you enjoy it? Because the feeling moves away.
Make enough coin.
This guy got enough coin. He's fucking sad.
I'll be sad with some fucking money.
Yeah, for sure.
But I mean, he's sad with money. I think that's how he views it. You know, I don't think he's like, my life is hard. I think it's like, I have this and it's still hard. Yeah. But I'd rather have that and it'll still be harsh. Yeah, what the fuck?
Sure.
My family all set and I'm struggling like how I'm struggling. I'm fine.
For sure.
I'll take it. I'll take it in a heartbeat. Because the struggle without coin is worse.
Yeah.
You're worried about shit you can't control. Mm-hmm. At least when you have coin, you control the most you can't control.
Probably the heaviest part of it.
They say money don't buy happiness, but it kind of does. Because even if it's not something physical, it allows you to do something that encases time.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay, money ain't everything. Yeah, okay, well, what if you go on an amazing trip and you have a great memory?
Yeah.
It's still money, even if you're not physically buying like a material object.
Yeah.
It is everything, bro. You can't do shit without it, so how is it not everything?
Yeah.
What can you do without it? If you're thirsty and I didn't have that water, you gotta go buy water, right?
I can't buy it. Track number 6, I Love You Boy.
All right, let's check it out.
Environment that was hostile, it got wild. Arguments you heard as a small child had an effect that left you with a lot to undo. Your first words were screaming at your mom saying fuck you. Imagine the visual. Diaper on, already dealing with the residual effects of an explosive father figure was difficult. Mama was miserable. The monster you created to protect the kid in you is hard to manage. Supreme confidence, deep crippling insecurity. The damage that's been done is explicit and abusive and a critic. Nothing that you ever do is really good enough, is it? You did it.
That's gonna be my new voice.
But you think I'm not proud, but you wrong. Look how far you took it. International bookings. You gave your family a cushion, and through the hate you kept pushing. Knew you had people looking up to you. You held your composure. It's held you closer. You a soldier. It's a shock that you were ever sober. I never told you how.
Look at how that carries you to the next beat, though. What do you think came first, the beat or that melody? Because it sounds like the melody is from the strings. Like, did you heard the outro of it? It sounded just like the hook.
Ah.
So do you think he built that off of it?
Off the melody?
From the producer? Damn, that's incredible. I Love You Boy, Run Before. When it rhymes.
Yeah.
Like, that's dope.
And it's so it's so small, right?
It hit.
Like it's not clearly said.
I Love You Boy is him talking to his inner child.
Yeah.
You knew you had people looking up to you. You held your composure. As hell moved close to you, you a soldier. It's a shock that you were ever sober. Like, you went through so much shit, it's crazy you were sober at all.
Yeah.
So, like, the one, or verse 2, he's talking about, like, how he had a drink for the interviews.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, I have to, right? And it's more like a negative connotation, like, you're talking down on yourself, like, I had to do this just so I could get through the interview, so I could show that confidence, right?
Yeah.
And verse 3, it's older Russ talking to his younger self, being like, I mean, bro, like, you're viewing it like you had to do that to get through it. I'm telling you, like, it's amazing you were sober to begin with.
Yeah.
Like, how'd you even have moments of that after everything you've been through? Verse 1's his inner child, verse 2's his shadow, and verse 3 is Russ now. Like, the first one painted his younger self. The second one was him, how he viewed everything as he was coming up with this ego to survive, and like why he was that way because of his father. And then verse 3 is like him looking back as a wiser self.
You know what it also sounds like?
What?
You said it like he had the therapy sessions and he had the mic right there. This sounds like an exact like therapy kind of like summary of him.
Yeah,
you
bro.
grew up in an environment that was hostile and got wild. Like, you're hearing this from Probably those therapy sessions. They're telling you, like, hey, look at your childhood. And then, like you said, the first verse paints the picture perfectly of his parents and how destructive that was, right? Your first words were screaming at your mom saying, fuck you. Imagine the visual, diaper on, already dealing with the residual. Effects of an explosive father figure was difficult. Mama was miserable. His love felt conditional. You better be perfect, otherwise he'll be hypocritical. So look at, like, where the perfectionist stems from.
Yeah.
His father viewing him like, you got to be perfect. If not, I'm not going to show you my love.
Explosive father.
Yeah.
It's not saying like just perfection, but it's seeming like maybe violent.
Yeah.
You know, it's seeming like, you know, like his mom didn't even want to be there. And then in verse 2, he talks about like how his mom felt like she should have left.
Yeah.
Like she wasted that time.
That's a lot of years to deal with that.
29.
29 years of like regret to realize that you regretted all those years.
And like you stayed because of your kids. The monster you created to protect the kid in you is hard to manage. But like, man, it seems like the level of acceptance on the outside too. You know, because he's giving himself praise, and like that's a big thing in therapy.
Yeah.
Where it's like accepting yourself, like being proud of what you've done. And it's like, you created that monster, but it was to protect you. And it's difficult to even manage any of that.
I think his journey of getting through, of healing, all that stuff is incredible, dude, because like, look what he replaced his insecurities with. He was seeking validation from his dad, so he said, okay, my goal is going to be the best rapper ever.
That's so I get the validation there.
Who copes with things like that?
Stars.
Like, that's not an average, you know, he's not an average person.
You wanted praise and acknowledgement. And picked a profession that people who look like you don't get. You're looking for acceptance in a craft that is predominantly black, and if you're white, you're going to be outcast more than loved.
Yeah.
People are going to talk shit. You have privilege.
His cadences on here. Bro, his pockets of rapping, like he was in and out. I can't even really say it flowed back because he was so in and out of the pockets.
And the third verse flow was my favorite. I thought he had like caught like he was rhyming every sentence. He was bagged for sure. Look at how the third verse was more of an acceptance, you know, like you deserve a pat on the back and a round of applause. The sound of this song makes you think I'm not proud, but you wrong. Look how far you took it. International bookings. You gave your family a cushion, and through the hate you kept pushing.
Like you spoke it into existence. You built the bricks, you put them in the right places, you built this foundation, and this is your life. Like you got it, you know, like he's still dealing with those problems, but just look how he copes with it. He builds an empire off of destruction, because all this stuff is destruction. Everything, like all those things that the childhood things you go through, that's to keep you down. But he used that. You know, my bruises became my muses.
It's dope to see like his evolution of having all that trauma, and then I feel like maybe this will be a turning point of the project, right? Because he is accepting himself here. Yeah. And he's already bridged everything together, his inner child, the shadow, and him. Yeah. So like now that he's already accepted himself, the project should probably head in a direction of that, right? Like he let it all go here. It's time to say goodbye. Before I leave, you should know though I love you, boy. Yeah. You know, like that's the closure. That's the closure to like how we felt.
This is my favorite rapping so far on this album.
Yeah.
Favorite rapping, like he got me in the pocket. I love when you could make me nod. Track number 7, We Got Enough.
All right, let's check it out.
I wasn't right within, was lying trying to find a slim opening. The cope with grim realities of hopelessness. The casualties of broken men, unhappily devoted. When they hit me, all the walls were trying to kiss me, they were closing in. I'm soaking in the tub.
He said I wasn't right within, trying to find a slim opening to cope.
Grim
realities of hopelessness, the casualties of broken men, unhappily devoted when they hit me.
All the walls were trying to kiss me,
like they closing in. That boy
soaking in the tub of how the fuck did this all happen, and that's the switch.
He must have heard that you said that I Love You Boy is his favorite rap.
Exactly, because he's going in.
Right into it, bro. He's bagged.
Angels reshaping my soul, creating, embracing a new foundation. No swaying, no more decaying. The process of excavation, surveilling what needs replacing. This daily can't get complacent. I'm taking solo vacations. I need solitude. I think I bottled too many problems, do they not wanting to upset my family? Plus I got the news.
I need solitude. I think I bottled too many problems due to not wanting to upset my family. Plus I got the news. Like, bro, he's bagged.
Then you can't even hear when he switches, dude. It's so seamless.
Make a sound, just stand up proud. No one appreciating us until we're dead and underground. It's no surprise, the suicide is super high. It's not unusual, cause men know that they only get the flowers at their funeral. Instead of gardening.
Dude, I'm just lost in his flow,
it's
man.
It's no surprise that suicide is super high. It's not unusual. Because men know that they only get their flowers at their funeral.
That's hard. He got me I'm in the flow and my fucking brain's going around. Because that's a great rhyme scheme. I love when rappers do that, dude. That's what the artistry of rap. When you can take a rhyme scheme and stretch
that
it out.
motherfucker out, yeah.
But also say something within every single phrase. Like he's not rhyming to rhyme.
From the start of the verse. As a man, you cannot frown. Don't make a sound. Just stand up proud. No one appreciating us until we're dead and underground. It's no surprise that suicide is super high. It's not unusual. Because men know that they only get their flowers at their funeral.
So women looking at you lesser if there's tears on your cheek. But if there's tears tattooed, let's say girl is a freak. So they're attracted to the pain unless they...
That's a double entendre right there.
He's bagged.
Perspective of tears and then the tear tattoos. Like tear tattoos, you're known for, okay, you're in that life, right?
But if you cry, then you know,
like,
I ain't trying to fuck with you. Pussy.
Either way, like you wear your tears on your face, right? But they're gonna view you different if it's tatted on it. My bad. That line just fucking stuck out to me.
We're hardening ourselves instead of gardening ourselves.
Suppressed emotions. We're alone, so now we're targeting ourselves. Damn.
Don't want to talk too out of pride and fear of coming off weak. That is true, right? Like we try to say I don't feel shit as a man, right? Like I don't feel shit. It don't bother me. Nothing bothers me. That's the perception we try to give off. Harden ourselves instead of watering ourselves. Instead of really helping us grow, we're like diminishing the returns. We're just blocking ourselves off instead of like nurturing us and being more in tune with how we feel and expressing that and not feeling like it's bad to express that.
Yeah.
Because like, do you feel like the current state of men are able to express how they truly feel? Or do you think the current state of men is look to just be strong, don't show emotion, handle your business?
I relate to that because I think in a lot of ways, I'm trying to change my perspective in my life and the way I view things. That's my way of coping with it, so that's going to end up healing me. But in reality, I'm doing the opposite. I'm not going through the motions of what I'm supposed to feel. I'm bottling it up, letting that shit go, or sometimes letting it consume me as well.
Is it harder for you to put something off or to show emotion? If something's bothering you, is it harder to just push it off and go on to the next part of your day?
It's easier
or to show that it bothers you?
It's easier to do that.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
That's perception of a man.
Yeah.
Versus like, what's the best thing you could probably do? Address the issue.
Yeah. Yeah.
See how it makes you feel, why it makes you feel that way, and then fix the reason why, and then keep moving. Garden yourself.
I'm used to him talking,
singing.
Yeah, exactly.
He'll kiss you on your earlobe.
Bro, is this his best rapping? Like,
This is the longest stretch I've heard in a long time. And he's rapping like this. Yeah, I mean, dude, he hasn't stopped. There's not split verses. He's just, I'm going to rap my ass off. I'm going to rap every line. I'm going to rap inside of every line. And I'm going to say some shit.
Every line.
Every line.
Yeah, bro, I fuck with this record so far.
Yeah.
You was all the same weather. These days I'm better off. Be treated in reserve. On a resort to reemerge. Feeling recharged and reassured that
I know.
Enough. This is nothing if
Bro, what? The wind.
Bro, to come off rapping his ass off to transition like that. But yeah, like you just said, the wind. Like he's using it to guide the project. Yeah. Maybe through like different emotions, right?
Yeah, different journeys, different spots in his life.
Because you know how we said I love you, boy, was probably his like acceptance.
Yeah.
Like here he sounds like confident who he is. Like I am enough. Like now that I accept myself, I moved past my inner child problems. Like I'm enough. Yeah. Aside from like the crazy flow and him like showcasing like okay, I can fucking rap. What were some of your favorite lines from here?
I just like the way he talks about society. Society romanticizing silent sufferers. Stoicism is sexy. What is that called?
Stoicism?
No, that
like not showing emotion.
What is it? The assonance when they do that? If you're numb to the pain, then you're numb to the pleasure. Whether it's sun or it's rain, to you it's all the same weather. Like what is that saying to you?
Well, when you can't feel, it doesn't matter what's going on. You know?
Beautiful.
If you're numb to everything, and dog, you ever go out when you're just going through some shit and it's a beautiful day, you don't even notice it's beautiful?
Because in here, right?
It's cloudy in there. So it doesn't matter if the sun's shining outside, you don't see it, you don't feel it. You're just going about your day trying to get like past everything. I think that, dude, this is such a big reflection project. I mean, like how we closed it. He's like, these days I'm better off retreated and reserved on a resort than re-emerge feeling recharged and reassured that I'm enough.
That's fire. So
instead of like early days where it's like celebrating parties, clubs, being surrounded by that, I'd rather be away.
Yeah.
Recharging myself and like reaffirming that I'm good enough on who I am.
Yeah.
Like I'm not who I used to be. It does sound like an evolution for him too.
Like he said in the beginning, right? Like the problems too, the solitude. I need to take solo vacations, you know, to get that solitude, to really like break out of that and recharge and rebirth, like he said in the other songs.
I'm betraying myself, was strained and enslaved by my past. I'm erasing the ancient indoctrination. I'm blazing whatever's failing and scraping up the remaining. Reshaping my soul, creating, embracing a new foundation. No swaying and no decaying.
That's a fire.
I got rid of everything that wasn't working. And I picked up everything that still did.
Yeah.
And I recreated my soul. Like, this is where he's at. I'm enough. I got rid of all, I shed all the things that were burdening me, and now I'm back.
Yeah.
Better.
That's true. Now he's being judged on a huge, like a big stage. And you're getting all these other like suggestions from other people that are making you think like, what the fuck? Like, what do you want me to do?
What did you think about society romanticizes silent sufferers? So society loves men who are just quiet and suffering.
Right.
Stoicism, be strong, be a man, don't show nothing. Oh, but man, you better show off your woman or else, man, what kind of man are you?
Yeah. It's hypocritical.
Crazy.
It's hypocritical.
It's crazy. No one really speaks on the man side, but I often hear about like, you know, women expressing what they don't like with society. We foolishly plan out our lives as if everything's gonna go to plan.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna do when it doesn't work out how you thought it would?
Yeah, how are you gonna react to that?
When you don't get what you wanted even though you planned it as best as you could.
Every decision you make, like, things are just meant to happen like that.
Yeah.
Every decision, whether it's mindless or conscious, you're supposed to have that decision because it led you to this point.